Welcome to Live with the Paper Pixie. I'm Julie DiMatteo, the Paper Pixie, coming to you live from Alpharetta, Georgia. Tonight is episode 234. Welcome. As you're rolling on in, say hello and where you're watching from. Hello to my replay warriors. Drop hashtag replay if you're watching this on the replay. Oh, my brain. Oh, good grief. As you're rolling on in, say hello. It's Paper Pixie night. Hi, Kathy, Charlene, Peggy, Beth, a little woohoo. That's right. I always look forward to my live streams with you guys. So fun. Hi, Christine. Hi, Kathy. Kathy, long time no talk. Hi, Deb, Joan, Angie, Colorado Creating. Hello, Raquel. Hi, Pat, Maria. Aw, hi, Jill, Tilly. I wish I could say hi to each and every one of you. We'd be here forever, but thank you so much for joining me tonight. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I do have exciting news to share with you tonight, but I'm going to make you wait till the end. So stick on till the end. I'm going to quick have you say hello to my husband. Are you ready? Brian is here watching your comments. If you can go ahead and put a Q colon if you've got a question, put Q colon in front of it. That will help us queue your questions together at Q&A. We'll be doing rapid fire Q&A at the end. And then I do have some show and tell for you from the kids. Let me do a couple more things first, then we'll jump into tonight's projects. We're using the Hey Sports Fan product suite that is now back in stock. This is the card we're going to make, a quick and easy card here. And then I've got a really easy gift card pocket. Now, you may notice I did use some retiring punches on tonight's projects, punches that I think you must have if you don't already have them in your stash. So we will talk about that tonight. My host code for the month of March, which ends tomorrow, is here on the screen. If you want an easy way to add that host code to your order, just use my shopping link, thepaperpixie.com/shop. That will auto-magically add the host code to your order. Now, if your order is $150 or more, make sure you remove that host code because you'll earn Stampin' Rewards on that order. And with orders of $50 or more, you get to choose one of three one of three free gifts, and those are up on the screen. We are going to be using the Fan Baker's Twine tonight, so that's a really great option there. Everything looks good? Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see, the All Together collection. Again, this is a sort of an early release of the Stampin' Blends. Quite a few of them are currently out of stock, but they are estimated to be back in stock May 2nd, which is the day before the new catalog launches, and that's the catalog that they will be in. Then we've got the Waves of the Ocean collection, which is slowly dwindling away. I believe the foils and the rhinestones have sold out. So the foils, the rhinestones, and the designer series paper were all while supplies last. I think the designer series paper is still available, although I didn't check right before the stream. The Waves of the Ocean, I don't think that's what the bundle is called. We used it 2 weeks ago. That is going to be in the upcoming annual catalog, so that is available through, I think it's going to be May of 2023. That's Waves of the Ocean. Tomorrow is the last day to get the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine at 20% off, along with 13 select bundles that work really well in the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So don't forget, tomorrow is the last day of March and the last day to grab the mini boss and any of the 13 select bundles at 20% off. And some of those bundles are actually on the last chance list, which we're going to talk about right now really quickly. Last week's live stream was all about the last chance list because it's a lot of information to digest. If you want to shop the last chance list, thepaperpixie.com/lastchance will take you directly to my online store and also add my current host code. And if you want to check out my blog post about this, I tried to put all the information together in one blog post with a PDF or a few PDFs you could download, an Excel spreadsheet if you wanted to sort it different ways. If you just go to thepaperpixie.com/blog, that will take you the top blog post is all about the last chance list to sort of help you understand that. Most of the things that have sold out so far are stamp sets. And then there are 2 of the in-color ink refills that have sold out. I believe the Cinnamon Cider and Misty Moonlight ink refills are supposed to be restocked, but I'm just waiting to find out on those. The Magenta Madness one is still available from the ink refills, but usually those in colors sell out pretty quickly. All right, and if you don't already have a demonstrator and you'd like complimentary copies of our current catalogs, you can put a catalog request in at thepaperpixie.com/happymail. Now the new annual catalog, I am ordering first thing Friday morning. And I pulled a list of my current customers about 2 weeks ago. I've had quite a few of you that have become my customers in the last 2 weeks, so I will include you as well. But customers who have ordered with me since October 1st, you should have received an email. Unless you're a new customer in the last 2 weeks, I will catch you with an email probably tomorrow. I sent you an email reminder. You do need to request your copy of the annual catalog, and we'll get those in the mail to you. Brian and I will order them Friday, and as soon as we get them, we're going to package them up and ship them out as soon as we can, so you can get that into your mailbox before the catalog goes live on May 3rd. So if you have questions about that, or you're not sure if you've ordered with me since October 1st, or you haven't received an email and you think you should have, just reach out to me, Julie at thepaperpixie.com. You can always go to my website, thepaperpixie.com, and fill out the contact form, and we'll get you situated. All right. Let me show you the projects really quickly, and then I've got show and tell from the kids. So this is a gift card pocket, super quick and easy, and then just a quick and easy card. Now you may notice we've got these diagonal panels of designer series paper. I want to give a shout out to fellow demonstrator Debbie Henderson. She gave me the idea for that. But it's super fun to do with our double-sided papers. You can see both with that really cool angled cut there. Brian's gonna go check on Murphy. All right. Nolan is my kindergartner. He wanted to show you this. I think it's a dragon. It's one of those Lego 3-in-1. So I'm trying to give you the full view here. He just got that a couple weeks ago. And he wanted to show you his treasure chest full of treasure. So there's that. Nolan loves Legos. He usually picks Legos to show you, sometimes drawings. And then this week in art class, Lily did a 3D cherry blossom tree, and she goes, I know they're not pink and white, I had to do them colorful, but how fun is that? They twisted, I think that's a lunch bag, but so cute. We got to put that on display on our bookshelf. So super fun. That is Lily. She's in 3rd grade, and maybe we already mentioned that she got her braces off a couple weeks ago, so she's pretty excited about that. All right, let's jump into tonight's projects. Which one are we going to do first? Let me show you where this is in the catalog. It is on page 68 and 69 of the mini catalog. This is the smaller catalog that will go through June. It's the Hey Sports Fan Suite. And the suite itself was out of stock for a little while because I don't remember which was unavailable. But in the suite is this great pack of designer series paper, a stamp and die bundle, which has some fun coordination. I will show you tonight with the dies how well it works with the designer series paper. Excuse me. The Fan Baker's Twine, which is one of my free gifts for this month of orders of $50 or more. That's one of the choices. And then the resin stars, which are really cute. I had to substitute one of the free gifts. I think it was the faux C shapes, something along those lines. Those have been out of stock for a while. So those of you that had chosen that had the option to pick from last month's free gifts. So 68 to 69. Hey Sports Fan, this is great for the men and boys in your life. I wanted to quickly give you another sneak peek. So Stampin' Up! Is having an on-tour event for demonstrators, and as one of the things we got with that event registration, we're all starting to receive them this week. We got a copy of the annual catalog. This is the upcoming new one. I always love looking at the cover, and this is all I can show you until May 3rd. And then we got this, well, there was one of 4 different stamp sets that we got with On Tour, and I was lucky to get the limited edition stamp set. This is the new one, the new Angel Policy set. But how cute are these? Basically, stamps for the back of your card. We're going to use this one on tonight's card because I just couldn't wait to ink it up. Handcrafted from the heart. And this covers the Angel Policy for those of us that sell or donate our cards. We need to have the copyright Stampin' Up! On the back. But I absolutely love that. So look, made with love. Super cute. Great update to the Angel Policy set. All right, let's do the card first. put the bundle out here. We got the ink pad. Of course, I have everything organized, but it's behind me and all piled up. So this is the Your Biggest Fan bundle. It's a photopolymer set, which makes it really easy to see while we're stamping. And then the sports event dies. Let me pull in the other die that we're using on the treat holder. I've got my Post-it tape on here, but it's like a little ticket stub. You see the little stitching there. I'll show you closer when we die cut the piece for the 3D project. But a really great set. I have die cut a Poppy Parade strip of this little strip of tickets, and they're all little perforated. So, so cute. There's cute banners of different sizes, the big one, and that goes with it. Then the smaller one, you've got this number 1 circle. I love these little ticket stubs as well. And I have an obsession with stars, so that's a really cute die as well. So that's sports event dies. You get 12 dies in the set. And we are going to start with our card base. This is just measures 4 1/4 by 11. I've scored it in half at 5 1/2, and this is that beautiful Poppy Parade. So I'm taking the valley score line and turning it into a mountain fold as our card base. You could have the card also open the other way with the fold on the side. You would just want to do 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 and score it at 4 1/4. Either way, it's exactly a half sheet of our 8 1/2 by 11 cardstock here in the US. So I always recommend you make 2 cards at a time because you can get 2 out of 1 sheet of 8 1/2 by 11. Now we've got a piece for the inside. This is very vanilla, and this piece measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. We've got another piece, 4 inches by 5 1/4 of Night of Navy. And then I've got 2 pieces of the, where did I put my, here it is, right here, Hey Sports Fan Designer Series paper. Let me flip through that really quickly so you can see those colors and fun patterns. I love this pattern, little baseball stitching. Stars, stripes, bats, and bases. Or I guess that's home plate, or it's the whole baseball field, right? Pretty much the, yeah. Bumblebee, Evening Evergreen, Night of Navy, Poppy Parade. These are my Upline Brian King's swatch books. I know you always ask for that. But I've cut 2 pieces in portrait that measure 3 3/4 by 5. And you want 2 pieces, and you also want to make 2 cards because you're going to get 2 card fronts out of these. We're going to swap. I'll show you in just a moment how that's going to work. And then to save some time, I cut this ahead of time, but look at how cool that strip of tickets is. Great border for the front of a card. And a scrap piece of very vanilla, okay? So let me show you what we're gonna do here. I wanna pay attention to the direction of the pattern, if it's directional, okay? So in this case, we are doing portrait, and I wanna make sure that they're going the same direction. So I'm gonna turn it sideways because we're gonna make pencil marks here, but I wanna make sure that these are both going in the right direction. This is sort of how my mind works. You could also flip it if your mind works better that way, but I'm going to show you. We're going to make some pencil marks here, but we need to kind of do them opposite, okay? So let me get my pencil and a ruler. I do have this fabulous ruler linked on my favorites page, thepaperpixie.com/favorites. It is a Mr. pen, and it comes in a combo, the one I have linked, a 6-inch ruler and a 12-inch ruler. So we are going to line this up along the 5-inch side, and I'm going to make a tick mark at 1 1/4 and 3 3/4. Again, shout out to U.S. demonstrator Debbie Henderson for this fun idea. So 1 1/4, 3 3/4, and then on this piece, now remember, this is going in the same direction, so I'm going to do different measurements here. We're going to do 2 and 3. So 2-inch mark, 3-inch mark. If you think of it another way, you're going 1 1/4 in from either end or 2 inches in from either end. So we did 1 1/4, 3 3/4, 2 and 3. I'm going to turn these around, and now we're going to do opposite, okay? So this one we're going to do at 2 and 3. And I'm doing the pencil marks on the back side just because it's easier for me to see the pencil marks on this side as opposed to the opposite side. So it doesn't matter as long as you do them opposite. So then this one is 1 1/4, 3 3/4, okay? Now the other way to do this, now let me flip these over. These are both going in the same direction, but if you wanted to flip one around and do it that way, you'd have the 1 1/4, 3 3/4, 2 and 3, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. We're gonna bring in the paper trimmer for the next part. And this is just gonna, you could change up these measurements too if you want to have more of a wider angle, or what I should say, a more, oh my brain, you guys. If you wanted your angle to be a different degree, you could change up the measurements, but I liked the measurements that Debbie Henderson used, the 1 1/4 and the 2. So the paper trimmer is our friend for this. We are basically just gonna use our cutting groove here, and we're gonna line up pencil mark to pencil mark to pencil mark. So we've got our 2 inch and our 1 1/4, we're lining up, and I'm just lining up that pencil mark right in the cutting groove. I like to kind of get one of them situated, and then I can pivot the other one. And then we're gonna cut. Then we're gonna do the same thing with the other 2 pencil marks. So get one situated, pivot the other one. We're lining up those pencil marks in the cutting groove. You wanna take your time a little bit here, because if you'll see when we put it together, we do want those pieces to line up as best we can. So I'm gonna just put those off to the side. Okay, let's do the next one. We're gonna do the same thing, pencil mark to pencil mark. And you're doing the pencil marks that are like, these pencil marks are the 2 that are on the right side. You don't want to crisscross them, and then you'll have a mess on your hands if you do that, okay? And pencil I always recommend, because you can just come in and erase it if you see it. All right, let's get the paper trimmer out of the way. And I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. Let me just flip these around. All right, so I like the view of the wider angle being on the right, so that it's kind of going like a pennant this way, okay? So this one, we're actually gonna flip these pieces over. So you see how that middle piece, we've got the wider edge here on the left, and I'm just simply going to swap these 2. And there are our 2 card fronts. How cool is that? So when you piece these together, they're gonna create a full, or I should say a 3 3/4 by 5 inch panel. And this is one of my favorite things to do with double-sided designer series paper, because you get to see both sides. I don't know how many of you have a hard time cutting into one side. This is a great way to show both sides. And you're gonna really get 2 different looking cards here, because we've got one with more stripes and one with more baseball uniforms and mitts and things. So super cute. I'm gonna come in, we're just gonna do one of these tonight. I'm gonna put this one aside for another card I'll make on my own time here. We've got our Night of Navy layer here. Again, this is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then we're simply gonna glue these pieces in place, but let me show you how they line up. Like so. How cute is that? I love this. And again, look at your designer series paper and have fun with it. I liked these 2 patterns together with the stripes and the differing colors with the Poppy Parade and the Night of Navy. All right, so liquid glue I love, because it gives me a chance to slide things into place, and that paper just doesn't want to stay out of the way. And you're gonna just kind of eyeball this. You want about 1/8 of an inch on the right and the left and the bottom. That'll get you to a good starting point there. And then just build layer upon layer. Slide that right into place, and I'm just butting that right up against this next piece here. Okay. And then the final piece. There we go. Now, if you have any raised edges, sometimes that happens with the paper trimmer. I just bring my bone folder in and smooth those raised edges down. Sometimes that happens with the size of the blade, and it depends on how hard you press as well. Look how cute that is. I love that diagonal thing. So Debbie Henderson, thank you for the idea. Get those out of the way. All right, so we've got our little ticket stub strip here. This is cut out of Poppy Parade, and again, I'll show you that in the die set. It's just this piece, and it's perfect for a card front. So I'm gonna layer this one. We're just gonna use liquid glue. I don't want to go all the way to the edge on the right and the left. And we're going to center that in this middle panel here. Again, liquid glue lets you kind of slide things into place, get that straight. There we go. Cute little detail there. Then, this is what the fan baker's twine looks like. You get 3 rolls of it. Night of Navy, Poppy Parade, and white striped, and then Evening Evergreen. Brian and I had fun cutting and wrapping this for our ribbon and paper shares. Probably never again. We will include it, but in a different way, probably where we don't have to cut it. All right, so I'm gonna actually wrap this around the front of my card 3 times, just underneath that strip of the ticket stubs. 1 would be plenty. I kind of love, 3's my favorite number, and I just love things in trios, or odd numbers, I should say. So 1 or 3 works. So 1, 2, and then we'll do 1 more. I'm going to leave it on the spool, and then I'm going to grab my trusty, what am I going to grab? My reverse tweezers, my little handy helpers here. All right, these are linked on my favorites page as well if you don't already have it. If I haven't already talked you into getting a pair, it's by EK Tools. You squeeze them to open them, and when you let them go, they are a third hand for you. So I'm going to go ahead and get this knot going. We're going to start a bow here. Murphy wants to come in here, doesn't she? All right, so I do my little crisscross X looking thing here. I'm going to put my reverse tweezers in there just to hold that for me. Look, Ma, no hands. And then I'll go ahead and tie a bow. Brian's so good. He laughs at my unfunny jokes, my goofiness. All right, there we go. And now I'm just going to zhuzh. Get those loops where I want them and the tails where I want them. That's cute there. Okay. Paper snips. There we go. I love adding that there. Now my knot is kind of lined up with one of those ticket stub notches, just kind of where I eyeball it to put the knot there, or the knot from the bow. Then let's go ahead and do a little bit of stamping. I've got a scrap piece of Very Vanilla, and then I've got my 4 by 5 1/4 piece. This is our inside piece. Gonna grab Night of Navy here. I'm gonna stamp the word hooray in Night of Navy onto Very Vanilla. There we go, and then the sentiment, hope your day is a grand slam. It's hard to read that backwards. It took me a second there. I'm going to stamp this in our card. And I love this with it being photopolymer because I can see exactly where I'm stamping. I'm just making sure I'm good and inked up there. Did she find the other way in, or did you close the other gate? Murphy wants to be with us, huh? Go. Before I get too inked up here. All right, so that's for the inside, and then we're gonna come in with the tailored tag punch. So let's talk about this punch, y'all. I don't think it's sold out yet. I forget what the discount is on the tailored tag punch, but this is a must-have punch if you don't have it. 1, it's great for sentiments. The other thing is it is great with, I'm not going to do this now, but if you were to take, and I've showed this on a live stream a few shows ago, but if you take the insert of a card, you can instantly have, I'm not going to punch, but if you slide that all the way up and punch, this is the perfect width for a gift card. So let me show you. It's a great way to turn any card into a gift card holder. I think Jackie Bullheis shared that, but I just want to show you that it's the perfect width for a gift. I'm not going to punch my library card, but it will fit in that pocket. If you strategically glue just the outside edge, you'll have a little pocket to hold a gift card using the tailored tag punch. It is also, is it still in stock?
I think so.
Yes.
$14.40.
$14.40. It's normally $18. So I think that means it is 40% off? No, 20% off? Brian's going to do the math. The other thing is great for doing banner ends on strips and things like that. So it is a great punch to have. So awesome. See, Lynn, I see. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. But I need that. I was just putting it away. Look at me chit-chatting and losing my train of thought. So we're going to punch out the sentiment, hooray. 20% off. Thank you. You'd think I wasn't an accountant. I can't do the math on the fly. So used to calculators. All right, so hooray. We're gonna do that and we're gonna pop that up on the front of our card here. I'm gonna actually wait to do that. Let's do this one first. We're gonna pop dimensionals on the back of this because we've got twine. I like to do 6. Where is a dimensional backing going to show up next? It's always fun to find out, especially when you have dogs and they just track them wherever. Or they stick to their nose. I'm sure you guys have had pets with dimensionals on their nose. So we're going to stick that to our card base. This is going to go on the inside. Right, line that up. Linda on your pug's rolls, so funny. All right, so that's fun. I love that sentiment on the inside. I'm gonna grab some dimensionals for our hooray sentiment. Just put 3 right down the center there. And we're gonna center that with that ticket strip, like so. Now, we need a little bit of bling. Let's do a yellow star. I almost said a yellow heart. That's where my brain is at these days. And we'll pop that right there. And then one more thing. With Poppy Parade, we're gonna stamp again from that new stamp set. The Crafter Math is getting bigger and bigger. Limited edition. This is gonna be in the upcoming annual catalog. And we'll stamp that tone on the back of this card so that the recipient knows that it was handcrafted from the heart. There we go. Handcrafted from the heart. Just a little subtle on the back. Cute. All right, so there's that. And that is our first project for tonight, the Hooray, Hope Your Day is a Grand Slam card, using that really cool diagonal cut technique to show you both sides of the designer series paper. I hope you'll give this a try and go check out Debbie Henderson's blog as well. So that's the card. I'm gonna need to burnish this just a little bit more, see if that'll get stuck down. The Poppy Parade's a nice thick cardstock.
Can you show the stamp set again?
The which one? This one or the Handmade from the Heart?
I think the one I used for this.
Or the limited edition. So here's the Your Biggest Fan. Hope Your Day is a Grand Slam. We put that on the inside. Hooray for the front. And then limited edition. That's coming up in the new catalog. That was a fun little sneak peek from Stampin' Up! That I got yesterday, or I think it was, my days are running together, yesterday or Monday. All right, let's jump into tonight's project. I love this project because it is going to be one of those that you're going to want to store and use very often, especially when you need a gift card holder on the go. So all you need for this project is a 5" by 5" piece of designer series paper. I went with the pattern that looks like the baseball stitching. I think that's what this pattern is. It looks like stitching on a baseball. But I love that pattern. You've got a fun pattern on the back that will also work with our dies. I probably can't really do it justice, but let me show you at least for the most part on All Star. The designer series paper is really great for cutting out using the dies. So you can really get your DSP to last long. Is he sound asleep?
She is.
Oh, she's
First time.
the first time she's fallen asleep early after reading books. You usually can't get her to stop reading books. All right, so I am going to, we're going to use a paper trimmer today because I'm going to use the Simply Scored. Because I do like the precision of it. So it really doesn't matter with this pattern which direction we do this. But if you were going to be doing, if it's a directional pattern, you would want to make sure that your direction goes top to bottom for these first 2 score lines, okay? So, Leah, you're actually watching the live stream. I saw your hashtag replay. All right, so we're going to do 2 1/4 and 4 1/2. I don't have a template for this because it's so easy, but 2 1/4, 4 1/2. I'm going to rotate it clockwise, and then we're going to score at 4 1/2 again. So easy, okay? Let me repeat. 2 1/4, 4 1/2, rotate clockwise, 4 1/2 again, okay? Quick and easy. And I'm gonna fold and burnish on all the score lines. I may end up doing a template for this, but just ran out of time today. So we've got our little 1/2 inch square in the corner. I'm going to come in and cut away on that, but I'm also going to come in and notch. Like that. So kind of cut out a piece with 2, getting blurry there, 2 notches, okay? And then we're going to remove this section here on the left. So I'm going to come in and notch. We want to leave 1 tab behind. So we're going to leave this one behind. But this one we're going to cut away. And sometimes it's easier for me to see that on the back side. So you're going to end up with something that looks like that. Real easy, okay? Again, 5 by 5, 2 1/4, 4 1/2, turn it 4 1/2, okay? You remove that lower corner and you remove this left 1/2 inch section.
Somebody said it looks like the turn was counterclockwise.
Oh, counterclockwise. Thank you. It was counterclockwise. So 2 1/4, yes, counterclockwise. See, my brain, don't know what I would do without you guys, my hive mind. Thank you. All right, so essentially what we're going to do is the 1/2 inch tab's going to fold in, then the bottom tab, and then this, and it's going to create our pocket. Before we glue things into place, and we could leave this pocket out if we wanted to, but I wanted to fold on this 1/2 inch section first. So fold on the right, fold on the left, and we're going to feed this into a tag topper punch, which this one is retiring too. Do you mind checking the fancy tag topper punch? This one I believe was 40% off. I can't remember. There's like 131 products on sale.
So it's
$11.50 for the fancy tag topper punch. So that's definitely
a little over 50%.
so 50% off, I guess. 23.
Yeah, that's 50%.
Yeah, 50% off. It's a $23 punch, 50% off. If you don't have the fancy tag topper punch or the delightful tag topper punch, delightful tag topper I think is 20 or 40% off. I love these. I've got tons of tag topper projects, but just such a great way to finish off a project. So now you'll notice this is 2 1/4 inches wide. It doesn't fit in the tray here, but that's not going to stop us. I'm going to kind of feed it. Let me see if you can see that from the side. I'm kind of sliding it in this way, okay? You got to work with it a little bit. And essentially, the width of this here is exactly 2 1/4 inches. So you're going to want to get that right in the center there. We can trim away if we have any pieces that happen to be left behind. But then I'm going to go ahead and punch. Okay? Now you'll see I've got that tiny little hair of paper left over. Just come in with your paper snips and trim that right off. So that's what the top of this is going to look like. Okay? Literally just added that punch, and because it's designer series paper, these are technically supposed to only punch through one. This is a little bit lighter. I have no problem punching through the 2 layers. Okay, quick and easy. Imagine this with any of our designer series paper. This is a quick go-to. Great for gift cards, great for slipping some cash in, maybe to tip a waiter or your hairstylist or your nail technician. So super quick and easy there. All right, so liquid glue. I am gonna put liquid glue along the tab first. I'm gonna actually also put it on this one as well. So I start with the side 1/2 inch tab. We're gonna do this all at once. And then I'm gonna kind of fold that down and put liquid glue on this. Then we're just gonna fold. So I've got glue along here, glue along the bottom, and then I'm just gonna fold this over and press flat. Our score lines are gonna help us square that up. If you want to, you can come back in and burnish. Get that glue to adhere down. Be light with the glue. You don't want stuff oozing out. But all of a sudden, we have a magic pocket for a gift card. So let me show you. Let's see. We'll do my library card. Why not? The other one has a gift card in it. But this is 2 1/4 inches by the pocket part, just over 3 1/2. It's like 3, not quite 3 5/8, but that will perfectly fit a gift card in there. Perfect fit. So we'll just slip that right in. Now the recipient might have a hard time getting their finger in there. They can just shake the card out like so, okay? But I liked this 5 by 5 inch size to start with. Such a super cute little pocket. So why don't we, I'm gonna wait to tie it off. Let me show you what we can do with the designer series paper here. Sorry. So I've got a full sheet. This whole sheet can be die cut from dies in the stamp set. So let me show you really briefly all the pieces and parts. We've got this one. Let me get the Post-it tape off so you can see it. This one's gonna die cut all these larger pieces. This one's gonna die cut the smaller ones. So this one is basically, these 2 dies are gonna cut out all the pieces on this paper. What I wanted to point out is, take a look at this pattern. There is a clear dividing line here at the 6 inch mark. So what I recommend, if you're gonna die cut these, go ahead and cut that. Now, you can't do that on this section. See how these pieces are gonna get in the way? So make sure you study your paper before you trim it, but we're gonna line that up at the 6 inch mark. And what I love about the paper trimmer is when you've got the arm closed, that is exactly 6 inches. So you just butt that up to the left. There's our center line there. I'm gonna cut that, and now this piece is gonna fit in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, the normal sized one, okay? Not the mini. The mini only has a 3 1/2 inch width. So the one that I really liked was this Night of Navy one, but obviously you can use all of these. The You're Invited obviously is more for an invitation, but I'm gonna go ahead and line up on this Take Me Out to the Ball Game one with some Post-it tape. That is also on my favorites page. Check that out. It's the Post-it tape, and I love this for holding dies in place to run through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So I'm getting those lined up, and I find that 2 pieces anchors this the best. So I just do one on the right and the left, and we'll run that through. I wish you guys could hear the wind here. It's supposed to be super windy tonight. Line that up here. It's gonna make some noises because we're going at it. It's gonna be some speed bump noises, I call them. Because we've got that going in sort of straight edge there. But talk about a great way to use all of this pattern of designer series paper with those coordinating dies. And I don't know if I showed you guys this. This is also my favorites page. I've got a magnetic, I also use a pin on my ribbons, but I love this thing. Again, that's right on my favorites page. Love it. It's meant for like nuts and bolts, right? It's like a tool thing. So we've die cut that. Now we've got this piece, and look at the detail on that. It's got the perforation. So cute. So I'm actually going to put dimensionals, but not on the bottom one in case the recipient wanted to have fun tearing off a little ticket stub there. All good?
So you either put this on your toolbox or on your car.
Oh, it sticks
then
to
you
a
put the
metal
bolts-
toolbox. Cool. Well, it's super strong. I've got this a whole overhead camera thing that's got metal legs, and it sticks perfectly to that. All right, I already pulled those off. Where did I put my little pocket? Here it is. All right, so I'm just checking where the seam is. We're gonna have the seam here on the right side. This will pop up here, and it's a perfect fit for the front of this. Like so. Again, this is loose if they wanted to have fun and tear that off. The stars, where did I put the stars? Somewhere. All right, let's go ahead and work on the ribbon. Oh, here it is. Okay. The denim ribbon goes really well with this, so I wanted to pair that. And we're gonna go ahead and, I don't know, I'll do about 6 inches or so. Just feeding that through the tag topper. I'm also gonna use my reverse tweezers just to kind of hold that in place for now. And then the red and white baker's twine. I'm gonna kind of double this up because I want to double loops here, which always makes it fun, especially when live, to try to tie a bow. So wish me luck. I'm gonna kind of go behind the denim ribbon, crisscross this over, and then we're just gonna tie a bow. As soon as I can remove those reverse tweezers, I will. Get them out of the way. There we go. Finish off the bow. Ooh, good questions, you guys. Uh-oh. I'm live and my fingers are choosing to be all thumbs. There we go. Just got to make sure. Since I doubled it up, I'm not sure where my ends are. Let me trim that off so I know that, or where my tails are. A little shorter than I wanted. There we go. Zhuzh it here a little bit. And then to finish it off, let's grab a red. My take your pick tool has walked. Let's grab this one. Pop a red right here. A little pop of color. And there we have our tag topper gift card pocket. Fancy name for that, right? So there's that quick and easy. Fun with those products. Now, if your tails are too long or you want to kind of pull them apart, kind of go like that. But it's a cute little gift card holder. And here is the coordinating card. Again, using the, I never remember the name of things, the Hey Sports Fan Suite from the mini catalog. So super fun, great for masculine projects, which sometimes are hard for people. They're hard for me. But I always love to challenge myself with those. So super cute, especially for the baseball fans in your life. All right, let's jump into Q&A. Pop up to the next scene here. Let me queue up your questions here.
I think I caught everybody that didn't have a
Okay,
cue.
awesome.
I
All right.
might have to forward because a couple of people realized they didn't, and so.
Gotcha. All right, so is there a stamp set you just don't like? Ooh, Sue. There's probably like a genre of stamp sets that I have a hard time with. I don't, it's hard for me to use the stamp sets that are sort of sketchy in nature. I comment that they have like a hairy line to them, which sounds horrible, but it's the best way that I can describe it. I tend to not really enjoy those stamp sets. So if you ever look at my project gallery, you probably don't see any of those stamp sets. It's just not, I love clean lines, I think, and I think those are hard for me to work with. So it's not an exact answer for you, but that's the general. Usually those don't catch my eye. How's that? Does anyone recommend the Welcoming Window Bundle? I'm on the fence with that one. Ooh, good question, PJ. Welcoming Window, I can't remember. I think that one is also carrying over to the new annual catalog. It's cute. Now I haven't used it. I have it, but I have not played with it yet. But I wonder if you've seen any comments in the chat. Let's see. Okay. Have you experienced a blends core ink? Oh, that was a question I think you had from last week, Patty, that I didn't get to. I have experienced that with like one of my blends, I think. And it almost seems like there's multiple pieces to the blends. But definitely that's something that Stampin' Up! Should be able to take care of for you. It sounds like the inner piece that locks in the pen tips is loose from the barrel. So that shouldn't happen. It means like the cap is almost too tight and it's pulling off that additional part. So that is definitely faulty. So be sure to we'll have Stampin' Up! Replace that for you. Will everyone be able to order that stamp set? Yes, they will, Nancy. When the annual catalog goes live, on May 3rd, that limited edition stamp set is available for all demonstrators and customers. I'm not sure if it will be part of the demonstrator pre-order, which starts on Friday. I don't think we've gotten the pre-order list yet. Oh, great question, Joanne. Are you able to pre-order any product from the new catalog as a demonstrator or just certain items? Usually, with the annual catalog, because it's so big of a catalog, it's our main catalog, there is a short pre-order list. And hopefully that will post at some point tomorrow. We're hoping we get it a little bit early. We're never really sure. But the pre-order starts at 3 a.m. Mountain Time Friday morning. This is for demonstrators, a perk of being a demonstrator. And it should be a short list. Usually the pre-order list will include the in colors so we can get our hands on those new colors and the new color products. And then a selection of bundles and suites and other things. So we usually get a PDF ahead of time that has the short pre-order list. That is different from the mini catalogs, which are typically anything is available for pre-order. Can I explain more about the angel policy with Stampin' Up? Yes, Kelly. So if you plan to sell and hopefully I'm going to get this clear, but if you have any other questions or I have anything that I'm misunderstanding, but if you plan to sell or donate anything made with Stampin' Up images, you need to have the copyright Stampin' Up somewhere on your project. Now you can do like what I did today where it's the same tone on tone color. And that is just when products are sold or donated, Stampin' Up! Just want to make sure that their copyright is protecting their stamp images. So hopefully that answered your question. We've had several Angel Policy stamp sets over the years. You can use any of those. So that's the scoop there. I'm a hobby demo in New Zealand and love to watch your videos. Oh, thank you, Amy. That comment made me happy. Thank you. Papa Pixie's doing great. You know what, Deborah? He watches on... He streams his TV now on YouTube Live, so I know he's probably watching me live on his big screen TV. Hey, Dad. So he's not in the comments as much as he used to be. I think he watches on YouTube now instead of Facebook. And Deborah's asking because my dad used to always be chatting with all of you in the comments over on Facebook. But yeah, I think he's watching on YouTube. So Dad, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Oh, thank you, Janice. It is a fun technique for sure. I was happy to come across it.
The pre-order, somebody spoke to the home office, supposed to be 3 a.m. Friday.
3 a.m. Friday is when the pre-order starts, yes. There is a chance the PDF, they may post it tomorrow. I've heard mixed information on the PDF.
That's the pre-order list.
Right.
According.
Yeah, so some people have gotten different information. So it may be tomorrow, but just prepare for it to be Friday at 3 a.m. Mountain Time. Where should I go to sharpen my snips? Ava, try something first. Get some alcohol wipes. I just get the little, let's see. I just buy the little 100 pack of alcohol prep pads. And I actually have found that as long as I clean up the gunk on my scissors, I don't need to sharpen them. But I think you could potentially use sandpaper.
Well, they're supposed to sharpen themselves.
They are supposed to sharpen themselves.
So if you get rid of the gunk, that works.
Yeah, try the gunk first and see if that gets them back to their sharp selves.
And then use at least 1,000 grit sandpaper.
Brian says use at least 1,000 grit sandpaper. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Kelly. And I don't speak Spanish, but people are answering.
Like cut it.
Oh, cut the sandpaper with the
Yes,
1,000
yes.
grit. Yes. Is the stamp set with all the comments still available? I do not remember the name. Ooh, Loretta. We have quite a few sentiment sets, so I'm not sure which one you're referring to. If you think of it, Loretta, shoot me an email and I can double check that for you. Oh, good. Thank you, Raquel, for answering that for us. Usually, I'm lost without Google Translate, so that's Google Translate is my friend. Doesn't a pin in the ribbon leave a hole? I haven't noticed that. We do have some more delicate ribbons, but I try to put the pin towards the end, but I haven't noticed a problem with that. The denim, you can't see the pins at all, but I've always used pins that way. Some people have used tape as well, but pin is kind of my favorite way to keep them from getting unruly in my drawer. No worries, Snowy Mom. I'm thinking about ordering the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Catalog says includes all plates needed to get started. What exactly does that mean? So, your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, whether the regular size or the mini, comes with all the plates you need. That is 2 cutting plates, the base plate, and the it's the one for the embossing folders. Hold on. I'm going to use this one as an example, but these are going to look kind of different. There's one more, isn't there? Now I don't remember. So for the regular one, you're going to have number 1, which is for embossing folders. You got number 2, which is for the dies. You've got the 2 number 3 plates. Those are the cutting plates. And then you're going to have plate number 4. So you technically get 1, 2, 3, 5 in the kit. It's the same for the mini, but it's so that you can use all of our different die tools. So the embossing folders, both the thicker ones and the thinner ones are metal dies. So yeah, you get all the pieces and parts. They're numbered. They tell you what they're for. So you basically, as soon as you take that baby out of the box, it is ready to start using. Great question. Will you have a replay on YouTube? Absolutely. So after the live stream, the replay is, excuse me, always available. Now I will not be having a shortened video tutorial this week. I'm getting to that in my exciting news for you at the end. So this week, taking a break from doing the pre-recorded video, but you can always come back to the live stream, and I will be doing blog posts. Not quite sure on my schedule this week, but I will have measurements and things for you to look at. How long have I been stamping? I've been stamping for 12 years now. I joined Stampin' Up! As a demonstrator in February of 2010. Great question. Oh yes, Nalita, I saw that come through. Love the tailored tag punch. Is there a stamp with the Stampin' Up! Logo? I know we had one that was a demo supply item, but I don't believe there's one with the Stampin' Up! Logo that's available in any catalogs for customers. How do you sharpen your punches? So Fiona, similar to that, I think you can use the 1000 grit sandpaper to punch with your punches. Aluminum foil, I've heard, works pretty well as well. There are some times that punches with lots of use get some chip marks, and I don't think any level of sandpaper or aluminum foil will fix that, but those are punches that you've used quite a bit. They're rated for something like, it's either 1,000 or 10,000 punches. I think it's 10,000 punches they do for testing, but I could be wrong on that number. But yeah, try the 1000 grit sandpaper or foil. Sometimes wax paper too. If you've got stuff sticking, the wax paper can help as well. Regarding scissors, be sure to have 1 pair for paper and 1 pair for fabric. Great suggestion, Patty. We all probably had a mom or grandma that was like, don't touch the ribbon scissors. I know my mom was that way. It was like, there's a little ribbon tied on it and you knew not to touch those scissors.
That's true.
There's some good memes out there for that too, I'm sure. Do the plates from the Sizzix Big Shot work with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss? I think they do, Salisa. I have not tested it, but I believe that they do. I would just tell you to proceed with caution if you're getting any pushback from the machine. If it doesn't feel like they're going to go through, don't force it. That's the worst thing you can do because you don't want to break your machine that way. So just keep that in mind. Just give it a test and see if it'll work.
Kristen says it does.
It does. Okay. I've heard that it does. I just actually haven't tried it because those are in a different room, I think. I still have my old Big Shots, but no magnetic plate yet, Carla, but there is a magnetic plate in the mini catalog, the upcoming annual catalog for the regular embossing machine and the mini. They've figured it out. They've redesigned it. They're not sure that it will be available for order as early as May 3rd, but hopefully shortly after that. So stay tuned for news on that. All right. Do we have any other questions that I missed? All right, let's go to the next scene. Thank you for your questions. Great questions. All right, news for you. So as of Friday, April 1st, I will be becoming a full-time Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm going to get emotional. Anyways, I have made the decision because I truly have a passion for teaching the art of paper crafting, and I have had a dream to do it full-time. So as of Friday, I will be leaving my 21-year career at Ernst & Young. I was a forensic accountant turned records manager and had an incredible career. And while it's bittersweet to say goodbye, I'm so excited to serve you all better as a full-time Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Yes. So I will actually be taking next week off, taking a 1-week break between my transition. So I will be live again April 13th, I think is the date. Yes, because April 8th is next week is spring break for the kids in school. They're going to be going to a really fun day camp during the week, and we're just going to I'm going to just, take a breather between my two careers here. So I'm extremely honored and excited, so grateful to each and every one of you for supporting my business, joining my live streams. I have been blogging since 2010 when I started as a demonstrator with Stampin' Up! I've been doing live streaming for the last 5 years, lots of video tutorials. It is truly a passion project for me, and I'm so excited. I'm going to miss my day job, but I had to choose, and so I'm choosing to follow my passion. And I'm so excited for what's to come. So get ready, okay? Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed 2 weeks. I will be live again on April 13th, so I won't be live next Wednesday. Taking a spring break, and I will see you Wednesday, April 13th at 8:00 p.m. You're not going to see any blog posts from me next week because I really am going to try to just take the week off, doing some things behind the scenes. I will be in my inbox responding to emails as I can. They'll probably be a little bit delayed, but I'll be around if you need me. I will post the new host code for April on Friday. If you're my customer, I'll let you know about what the new free gifts are. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys again. I am so excited for the next adventure, and I wish you a wonderful and blessed 2 weeks. Take good care. See ya on April 13th. Bye.